Van Acker and Nick. Basketball at its best once again. The Fond du Lac Cardinals and the Spartans tangled up here at the Redbird Arena. These two teams have put on some shows in the past. Talked to Frank Shady before the basketball game, and he talked about how memorable battles they've had, whether it was here in tournament or here in regular season play in the FBA, or some memorable battles in tournament play. This is the one team in the Fox Valley Association that is somewhat, if anybody has had, Dick Diener and the Fond du Lac Cardinals number over the years, have at least given the Cardinals a few losses.
Yeah, no matter what happened, if Oshkosh North was good or Oshkosh North was bad, they were always a thorn in the side of the Fond du Lac Cardinals. They always came to play Fond du Lac tough here at the Redbird Arena or up in Oshkosh. Earlier up in Oshkosh this year, when Fond du Lac seemed to be unbeatable, Oshkosh North took care of business and beat Fond du Lac pretty handily up there. So Fond du Lac has some revenge coming into tonight. They want to take care of Oshkosh North and most importantly, win the outright conference championship.
And I think that's foremost in their minds right now, Nick, is they don't want to share that conference championship. They have guaranteed a share at this point. They can do no worse than that with a loss tonight. But they want it for themselves, and they should be selfish at this point. One guy they've got to contend with that's always played Fond du Lac very well is Benji Raymond. One of the better all-around players in this conference. Good offensively, defensively, very quick, and they're going to have to contain him tonight.
Yeah, Benji Raymond was a guy that was kind of in the background of Ian Wade for years here at Oshkosh North, but now he has a chance to step up as the star player of this basketball team, and thus far this year he has been the star player of the team, so Fond du Lac has to do a job on Benji Raymond tonight, and that's going to be a good matchup for Fond du Lac, and they got to contain him, and they didn't in the first matchup up in Oshkosh.
For the Fond du Lac Cardinals, thought it was rather interesting when I talked to Frank Shady before the game. We talked about how you go about stopping a given team with as much talent as Fond du Lac has, and he readily admitted you can't stop the team. You have to just kind of keep everybody under control, not let anybody get away. But the one guy he brought up specifically was Mike Koenigs, the point guard, who really doesn't score a lot, and that's not his role in this basketball team. Mike is the quarterback of the club, but as Coach said, he's a guy that any other team in this conference might average 12, 14 points a game, and they feel that his ability from that quarterback spot is very key for the Fond du Lac Cardinals.
Yeah, Mike Koenigs has been a tough varsity player his whole career up here, and that's the case with a lot of the Fond du Lac guys. There's a lot of guys sitting on the bench that would be starting for any other team around the state. Mike Koenigs is a guy that just plays his role as the quarterback of the team, quarterback of the football team, and here of the basketball team. He's done his job getting Drew the ball, getting Andy Rose the ball, getting Casey Jacob the ball. He's been the quiet guy, and a lot of times you see that from the seniors. A lot of times point guards, they aren't the big scorers of the team, but they quietly make a statement for their basketball club.
Well, this matchup is always a very exciting one, no matter where it is. If it's tournament play, if it's regular season, if it's here, if it's there. We don't expect tonight's going to be any different. We'll be right back with the starting lineups right after this on your Cardinal Basketball Report.
There's no job too large or small for Spies Painting and Decorating. So whether your needs are residential, commercial, or industrial, the crew from Spies can handle it. Call Spies at 921-7107, Spies Painting and Decorating. Let Team Sports be your headquarters for Packer stuff this year. And Team Sports features those ever-popular letter jackets in stock. Team Sports in downtown Fond du Lac.
Welcome back to the Redbird Arena on senior night for the Fond du Lac Cardinals, and the Fond du Lac Booster Club is presenting plaques to all the seniors for their years of dedication, as well as acknowledging the parents here. Let's see if we can pick it up off PA.
Number 5, Dan Schrum, parents Patty and John. Number 13, Brad Reinke, parents Ann and Kenneth. Number 20, Jerome Allen, her parents Laurie and Roger. Number 21, Drew Diener. Parents, Sarah and Dick. Also mentioned that Drew last week has set a new career scoring record, and we'd like to congratulate him at this time for that effort. Number 25, Mike Koenig's parents, May and Bob. Number 32, Andy Rose, parents, Carol and Al. Number 44, Casey Jaco, parents, Margaret and John. Our manager, Peter Koloff, parents, Paula and Peter. Statistician, Greg Stephens, parents, Gail and Vernon. Our statistician, Travis Nixon, mother, Charlotte. And our manager, John Spears, the parents, Deborah and David. Please, let us give us a great big round of applause for these senior members.
And acknowledging the seniors, and rightfully so, here from the Redbird Arena. They give them many years of dedication to this program, Nick, and after 4 years here, or 3 years at the varsity level, JV varsity certainly deserve the recognition that they get. They work very hard.
Yeah, they work probably in this program since they were knee-high, most of these players, and well-deserving. Great senior year for all of these players.
And I think we will right now stand, take a pause here for the singing and playing of our national anthem. Final Live Band with our national anthem. They've been busy over at the hockey rink last night for what was very exciting. Nick, you missed a heck of a hockey game over at the Blue Line FIC, a game in which Fond du Lac Cardinals knocked off the St. Mary Springs Ledgers by a score of 2-0, but pretty much agreed around the rink last night by 1-0. Sportscasters, George Bauman, Tom Buell from Sunny 97, who went to call for us. And other fans there, that may have been the best high school game we've seen all year.
Yeah, I've seen the second, third quarters of that, or periods, whatever. And it was a great game. Both teams really both deserved to win that game, but only one could come out on top.
Right. And now let's go courtside. Tonight's starters. Oh, first of all, non-starters for both teams from Mr. Dave Bartolini.
Fond du Lac, number 10, Travis Diener. For Oshkosh, number 23, Ben Raymond. For Fond du Lac, number 21, Drew Diener. For Oshkosh, number 30, Gassan Majalani. And for Fond du Lac, number 25, Mike Koenig. Number 32 for Oshkosh, Grant Horton. And for final act number 32, Andy Rose. For Oshkosh, number 33, Bill Adams. And for final act 44, Casey Jaco. Oshkosh is coached by Frank Shady, John Cameron, Pete Halstag, Rick Lee, Keith Fiolo. And for final act, Coach Dick Diener, assisted by Marty Craig, Bob Lloyd.
And there you do have the starters for tonight's basketball game. And Nick, this should be a great one. Fox Valley Conference action. Fond du Lac Cardinals coming in at 15-2. The Spartans coming in at 13-4. Fond du Lac is number 1 in the conference, both in team offense and team defense. Oshkosh North, they look there. He's Fond du Lac head coaching staff right there, and down the line to the near side, if we look at Oshkosh North, we'll see Frank Shady. No, that's not. There he is, with his hand up right there. Frank Shady, been there for about 12 years, he said.
And folks, here at the Redbird Arena, it's going to be a good game tonight.
Okay, about ready to go, and apparently we're going to be up and standing here and right off the tip top, I think. And for the jump, Benji Raymond. Well, Sky up against the Cardinals, Andy Rose. Tip is controlled by Fond du Lac in the backcourt. As Koenig brings it across the timeline, working to the left side, Jack to Jacob between the rings. Casey puts it to the hardwood, trying to penetrate, and a reach-in foul against Oshkosh. And it looks to go against, I believe it'll be Bill Adams.
Quick foul right away for Oshkosh North. Fond du Lac has to jump out to a big lead in this basketball game, get some momentum on their side. They've got the home crowd, and that's going to be a big factor in this basketball game.
I stand corrected. They gave it to Modulini, not Adams. As I said, it was his first personal. Cardinals with the ball. Drew Diener off the three-point line, gives it down to the right side sidewalk to Jaco, back between the rings now. Travis Diener working the ball. Forces it up, and a foul. Drew Diener doing a good job keeping defense up in the air, and he'll go to the line.
Modulani with his second foul. He fouled.
From the Redbird Arena, welcome to high school basketball. Tonight, Fox Valley Association basketball as the Fond du Lac Cardinals try to take a conference crown undisputed as they tackle the Oshkosh North Spartans. Good evening, I'm Mike Pfeiffer, to be joined in a moment here with Nick Van Acker. But before we get into tonight's basketball, once again, I just want to spend a moment for those that were not with us on Thursday evening, and I assume by now most of our viewers on Video Sports have heard of the of our number one cameraman for 12 years, Big Ralph Pop, passed away this past week. Number one, we send our condolences to his family and friends. It was a very difficult thing to accept for all of us at Video Sports. As a member of our team and as our Video Sports family for 12 years, seeing his passing was very difficult. You see Ralph there, we were able to dig up some old photos that we found, and wanted to share a few of those with you and reflect a little bit about what Ralph was really about. And athletes who made Ralph, as you take a shot right there, you see Ralph right in the middle. On the right side, for those that you remember from years on by, Phil O'Neill, who was a cameraman with us for many years, passed away also about 5 years ago or so. And probably our two best cameramen we ever had as a pair right there, Phil and Big Ralph in the middle, guys that we sorely missed. But Ralph loved athletics, and he loved to talk about athletes, especially on the high school level. Guys who made his day. People like Steve Holes from the Fond du Lac Cardinals many years ago, Rob Highland of the St. Mary Springs Ledgers, Doc Welsh, hockey player for the Ledgers, a couple guys, Ann Klaprick here from Goodrich High, Paul Coleman, Dean Ty, Kevin Grader, Jamie Walls, and the list goes on and on and on. These are people that Ralph really loved day in and day out. Able to think of a few memories of Ralph applying to Video Sports. Whenever we had difficult situations to make time restraints from going one game to another, or someone had to work late and wasn't able to leave early with Dave and I, we'd always count on them getting there last minute. We'd fly them down the highway via air pop. I remember the early days we got our big main camera. Ralph Pop would be eyeing it up after it was set. If he'd see it move, he'd say, "Stay away from my camera," or "Who's on my camera?" Ralph never started a game without a bag of popcorn in his hand. And he never walked away from our broadcast area without leaving that popcorn bag, some gum wrappers or candy wrappers laying all over our table, just to try to irritate Dave and I. Those are things we remember and love about Ralph Pop. So please join us in wishing our good friend, Ralph Pop, may you rest in peace. Seniors for their years of dedication, as we're acknowledging the parents here. Let's see if we can pick it up off PA.
Number 5, Dan Schrum, parents Patty and John. Number 13, Brad Reinke, parents Ann and Kenneth. Number 20, Jerome Allen, parents Laurie and Roger. Number 21, Drew Diener, parents Sarah and Dick. Also mention that Drew last week has set a new career scoring record, and we'd like to congratulate him at this time for that effort. Number 25, Mike Koenig's parents May and Bob. Number 32, Andy Rose, parents Carol and Al. Number 44, Casey Jaco, parents Margaret and John. Our manager, Peter Koloff, parents Paula and Peter. Statistician, Greg Steppens, parents Gail and Vernon. Our statistician, Travis Nixon, mother Charlotte. And our manager, John Spears, the parents Deborah and David. Please let us give us a great big round of applause for these senior members.
And acknowledging the seniors, and rightfully so, here from the Redbird Arena. They give them many years of dedication to this program, Nick, and after 4 years here, or 3 years at the varsity level, JV varsity certainly deserve the recognition that they get. They work very hard.
Yeah, they work probably in this program since they were knee-high, most of these players, and well-deserving. Great senior year for all of these players.
And I think we're about... We will right now stand, take a pause here for the singing and playing of our national anthem. Final Live Band with our national anthem. They've been busy over at the hockey rink last night for what was very exciting. Nick, you missed a heck of a hockey game over at the Blue Line FIC, a game in which Fond du Lac Cardinals knocked off the St. Mary Springs Ledgers by a score of 2-0, but pretty much agreed around the rink last night by 1-0. Sportscasters, George Bauman, Tom Buell from Sunny 97, who went to call for us, and other fans there, that may have been the best high school game we've seen all year.
Yeah, I've seen the second and third quarters of that, or periods, whatever. And it was a great game. Both teams really both deserved to win that game, but only one could come out on top.
Right. And now let's go courtside. Tonight's starters. Oh, first of all, the non-starters for both teams from Mr. Dave Bartoludi.
Fond du Lac, number 10, Travis Diener. For Oshkosh, number 23, Ben Raymond. For Fond du Lac, number 21, Drew Diener. For Oshkosh, number 30, Gassan Majalani. And for Fond du Lac, number 25, Mike Koenig. Number 32 for Oshkosh, Grant Horton. And for Fond du Lac, number 32, Andy Rose. For Oshkosh, number 33, Bill Adams. And for Fond du Lac, 44, Casey Jaco. Oshkosh is coached by Frank Shady, John Cameron, Pete Halstag, Rick Lee, Keith Piolo. And for Fond du Lac, Coach Dick Diener, assisted by Marty Craig, Bob Lloyd.
And there you do have the starters for tonight's basketball game, and this should be a great one. Fox Valley Conference action. Fond du Lac Cardinals coming in at 15-2. The Spartans coming in at 13-4. Fond du Lac is number 1 in the conference, both in team offense and team defense. Oshkosh North, you look there, he's Fond du Lac head coaching staff right there, and down the line to the near side, if we look at Oshkosh North, we'll see Frank Shady. No, that's not. There he is, with his hand up right there. Frank Shady, been there for about 12 years, he said.
And Coach here at the Redbird Arena. It's going to be a good game tonight.
Okay, about ready to go, and apparently we're going to be up and standing here and right off the tip top, I think. And for the jump, Benji Raymond will Sky up against the Cardinals. Andy Rose. Tip is controlled by Fond du Lac in the backcourt. As Koenig brings it across the timeline, working to the left side. Jack to Jacob between the rings. Casey puts it to the hardwood. Trying to penetrate and a reach-in foul against Oshkosh. And it looks to go against, I believe it would be Bill Adams.
Quick foul right away for Oshkosh North. Fond du Lac has to jump out to a big lead in this basketball game, get some momentum on their side. They've got the home crowd, and that's going to be a big factor in this basketball game.
I stand corrected. They gave it to Modulini, not Adams. As I said, it was his first personal. Cardinals with the ball. Drew Diener off the three-point line, gives it down to the right side sidewalk to Jacob, back between the rings now. Travis Diener working the ball. Forces it up, and a foul. Drew Diener doing a good job keeping defense up in the air, and he'll go to the line.
Modulani with his second foul. He fouls Drew Diener that time. Drew gets to the line and shoot two.
Two quick ones, and they've got a starter on the Pines already. Make mention here, Travis Diener getting a start for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Dick Diener's made a few changes in that one spot, the fifth starting spot for the Cardinals in the last few weeks. Diener's first is on the way, and it is good.
He went with the size with Nick Singer a couple weeks ago, and now he's going with the shorter Travis Diener.
Drew will get another one and hands a pair of them. Fond du Lac up 2-0 here. 7.5 to go in the opening quarter of play from the Redbird Arena. Between the rings, it's three-pointer on the way now. Left side, no good there from Benji Raymond, and the Cardinals with the board on the push. Give it to Drew. Pulls up from 6. Off the glass, no good. Tipped once, no good. Pulled down by Raymond. Benji comes on the push the other way. Back to Horton on the left side. Inside the three-point arc. Takes a shot, no good. Pulled down by the Spartans. Put back in there by Josh Frank.
Offensive board for Oshkosh North. Fond du Lac has to box out in this basketball game. Oshkosh North beat them pretty big on the boards last time.
Knotted up at 2-all, just under 7 to go. Koenig's at a three-point line. Ball high above his head. Works Rose on a post-up, low block. Now kicks it back out high, working to the left side. Now baseline, it's Casey Jacob. Reverses it, nice spin move. Pulls up from 6, no good. Rims won't go, but a nice reverse move there by Jacob. Gave himself a pretty good look. Benji Raymond with it, back out high. Give it off to Grant Horton. Swing it to the right side. Free throw line now with it's Raymond. Pulls up inside the paint. Rims and goals.
Benji Raymond with his first basket of the night. Andy Rose is guarding him, and as we mentioned in the pregame, they're going to have their hands full with Benji Raymond.
And the Spartans up 4-2 here early in the first. Jacob pulls up. Oh, looks inside Rose. Nice touch pass inside to Andy Rose.
Great pass by Casey Jacob that time. Andy Rose wide open underneath and puts it in.
All not up at 4-all, 6 minutes to go. Frank pulls off the bump. Shot goes, won't fall. Tip free. Last touch by Raymond should go back to the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Back at the other end, though. Nice pass there from Casey Jacob. Jacob, the 5th leading assist man in the Fox Valley Association, coming in, averaging 3.6 a game.
Jacob completely fooled the Oshkosh North defense. They thought he was going to put it up, but he passed it off to Andy Rose.
4-all here. Rather slow start offensively for each team. Travis Diener, left side. Now back to Diener at the three-point arc. Bring it to Andy Rose at the arc. Takes it inside. Look out. Weak side defense comes across. Bang free there by Grant Horton, and here comes Spartans. Work it right. 3-ball on the way. Oh, wide. Nothing but glass right there. Might have shattered a little bit of it. Came hard off the glass. Diener coming across court. Travis on the stutter, and a reach-in foul there from Luke Shady.
A lot of fouls here early on for Oshkosh North. That could come into factor here in the late in the first half if Fond du Lac can get in the bonus early on and get to go to the line.
First personal for Shady. And Oshkosh North with 3 team fouls. Fond du Lac with yet to have a team foul this basketball game. Grows with it. And offensive foul is going to be on Fond du Lac. I think it's going to, yes it will be, on Mike Koenig on a wipe away down underneath.
Yep, wipe away on Mike Koenig. That's his first foul. Team's first.
Oh, Spartans will bring the ball back across the timeline. Horton with it. Work it now to the top of the key with it. Josh Frank. Shady does put it in though. I'm just ahead of myself.
Nice basket that time. Good move by Luke Shady, fooling the Fond du Lac defense.
And once again, it's North back up 6-4 early in the game. 3 ball on the way, front of the rim from Travis Diener. Here comes the Spartans.
Fond du Lac's offense struggling here. 1 of 4 from the field here early on.
Back door, Josh Frank on a good pass. And right here, Fond du Lac's going to take a timeout. I believe it'll be a 20. Yeah, it will, so we'll keep it right here. And to remind you, action brought to you by Call Insurance of Fond du Lac, who's joined with the Jackson Agency to form one great agency all under the same roof on the corner of Sheboygan and Marr. That's Bob Call and Bob Jackson. Because they work for themselves, they work harder for you. Give them a call at 923-4020. Action also brought to you by Holland Carpentry and Repair, providing quality remodeling and complete home repairs to the area for the past 17 years. Call 921-6493. Well, Dick Diener taking a quick 20 right here as defense not up to the par that Fond du Lac is known for, as they do a nice job to the Spartans of shredding it a little bit and getting some good looks inside.
And the first meeting, Fond du Lac's defense could not handle Oshkosh North.
Rose, bank it, and one more.
Huge basket for Andy Rose, strong to the lane, put it in, and another foul for Oshkosh North.
Check the foul. It's going to go against, I believe it's Andy Bauer, his first. So Andy to the charity stripe. Well, Andy got into that area we commonly call the Rose Garden down there, and he's tough when he gets in that position. Three-pointer puts Fond du Lac back within 1, trailing it 8-7. Raymond works it to the left side. 3-ball on the way. Rims won't go there from Glander. Pulled down, however, by the Spartans. They back to reload high to Luke Shady. Shady resets it. Raymond with a 3, back of the rim. And an over-the-back foul on Josh Frank. His first. Team number 6. Team 5. I checked that. For the Cardinals, into the ball game comes Danny Schrum. Casey Jekyll gets a breather. With 3:58 to go in the first quarter of play.
Senior night tonight. Danny Schrum is one of them seniors being honored here at the basketball game.
Well, the best honor they can get is a conference championship. So Schrum with it, works at the three-point arc. To the left side, Drew Diener dumps it off to Travis. 3-ball on the way, bucket!
Nice three-point basket by Travis Diener in the first meeting. Travis Diener had every three-pointer falling for him in the loss for Fond du Lac.
Another 3-ball on the way from the other end from Shady, no good. Pulled down by Benji Raymond. His turnaround, no. Fouled and fouled. Give the bucket to Troy Peckman.
Oshkosh North doing a good job here in the first quarter on the offensive boards. They're beating Fond du Lac to all the boards. Fond du Lac has to start boxing out and getting them defensive rebounds, so North cannot have a second chance.
Give Drew Diener the personal, his first. Peckman to the free throw line. Fond du Lac's given up a number of offensive boards here, which is uncharacteristic for them. Peckman misses. Schrum with a good, strong rebound, high off the floor. All knotted up at 10-all with 3:18 to go in the first quarter of play. Ball banged out of Drew's hands. Last touch there by Benji Raymond. That's a good matchup. Benji Raymond, Drew Diener, 2 all-conference players.
Benji Raymond that time playing good defense on Drew Diener.
Travis with it inside. Give it to Koenigs. Really didn't think the ball was coming to him. Had to adjust to it quickly. Go. Schrum, near side of the arc. Take it to the plate. Off the glass. Got it. And a foul.
Nice strong move by Danny Schrum. Takes it hard to the lane and puts it in and got fouled.
Bauer will pick up his second personal. Frank Shitty is going to the Pines here. Fresh bodies. Grant Horton back into the game. Also back in is Bill Adams.
And that's where Danny Schrum is awesome. Underneath, he's a big guy, not afraid to take it hard to the hoop, and if he gets knocked down to the ground, he'll get right up.
Schrum completes the three-point play. Fond du Lac now leads it 13-10. Your KFC score just under 3 to go in the opening quarter of play.
And Fond du Lac struggled from the field early on and now have hit their last 3 shots.
So Raymond with the ball for the... I just lost my microphone. Off the baseline, the turnaround shot is good from Adams.
thought you fell over.
The microphone fell right out. don't want to hurt anything here. Shrum. The peanut gallery's talking down the truck. Inside, Rose. Got it! Andy camping down in the Rose Garden again.
Rose being strong. Fond du Lac controlling the paint underneath on the offensive side.
Traveling on Bill Adams for the Spartans.
First turnover of the basketball game for either team.
See an inspired Fond du Lac bench there, applauding on every Fond du Lac move.
This place has got a lot of energy tonight. Packed house here at the Redbird Arena.
Yeah, it is a nice house on hand. It should be. Last home game, conference game, a conference undisputed championship on the line. Ball banged free out of Drew's hands. It's picked up by Bill Adams. He'll leave it in the backcourt for Grant Horton across the timeline. Horton, the left side. Swings, work it right. Benji with the 3-ball. Draws nothing but air. You'll hear about that from the crowd. Air ball. Drew over to Rinke into the game. Brad, first time he's gotten on the court. Pull up. Good from Travis Dieter.
In Fuego, everything falling for Fond du Lac right now.
Adams for the right side. Working it down low. Glander now. Tip back out high again to Horton. Take it to the paint. Foul, blocking foul on Fond du Lac's Drew Diener. For Drew will be number 2.
And Drew will likely go to the bench for Fond du Lac.
And he, as you mentioned it, Casey Jaco in for him. For North, back into the game, Luke Shady, along with Josh Frank. Both teams going to the bench often and early. Up-tempo game inside, they get the ball to Frank. Not a good job of denying there on the entry pass.
That time, easy basket for Oshkosh North. Not a whole lot of Fond du Lac defense around them.
Frank with 6 points in the first quarter of action, leading Spartans. Down in the baseline. Jacob pulls up, but throws up an awkward shot. Travis, 3-ball. Rims won't go. Rinke with the board. Got it!
Good job by Fond du Lac offense, getting the offensive board, putting it back.
Cardinals doing a good job on the glass right now. Get 2 and 3 shots on possessions. Raymond with it, the charity stripe. Backs it off. They want to reset, reload the offense. Down the baseline. Work it down towards Thornton. Turn around there from Frank. Side of the glass. That's touched by Raymond out of bounds. Back to Fond du Lac with 46 seconds to go in the opening quarter.
Right now, everything's going right for Fond du Lac. Fond du Lac's defense has picked up. Offense has picked up, doing a good job. Both sides of the ball, Fond du Lac in control here late in the first quarter.
Well, it's been a lot of up-tempo here, and both these teams have been known to like to get out and get into the track meet. Both very effective at it. Travis with it. Looking back door, banged away by Horton, and the Spartans come away with the turnover. Inside of 30 seconds to go, it looks like Grant Horton wants to wait for 1. Clock rolling to 22 seconds. That's exactly what they'll do inside of 20 to 17. Horton just yo-yoing the dribble. Cardinals are going to lay back, stay back to that tight, pack it in. Inside of 10 seconds now. Horton takes it. Up the glass, rims and goes.
Nice strong move by Horton for Oshkosh North.
And that's going to be the end of 1 here from the Redbird Arena. After 1 quarter of play, your KFC score. The Fond du Lac Cardinals 19. The Oshkosh North Spartans 16. Nick and I'll be right back right after this on your Cardinal Basketball Report. Wild and furious first quarter. Nick, give us the numbers.
All right, first for Fond du Lac, 7 of 12 from the field for 58%, 6 rebounds and 2 turnovers. For Oshkosh North, 8 of 16 for 50%, 5 rebounds and 1 turnover.
Well, both teams doing a good job offensively, shooting 50% or better. Shot taken on the left side by Glander. He knocks down a tray. Oh, check that. Well, Shady.
First three-pointer of the basketball game for Oshkosh North. They're now 1 of 7 from three-point range. Fond du Lac 1 of 3 in the first quarter.
Travis Diener penetrates backdoor to Rose off the glass. Look it!
Nice pass by Travis Diener. That's where Travis Diener is great. Penetration and kicking the ball off.
Oh, Andy working down low again. He's turning this thing into a garden party. Inside, reverse layup there from Josh Frank, and he puts it home.
Nice job by Frank, getting Fond du Lac's defense up in the air, making the strong move to the hoop.
And just like that, we're all knotted up at 21. Travis Diener with the ball. Gives it to Mike Koenigs, back to Diener between the rings. Drew still in the Pines playing. He's got 2 fouls. Koenigs with it high above the circle. Back to Travis. Give it now. Casey Jekyll penetrates off the glass. Got it. Nice move by Casey Jekyll.
Casey Jekyll taking it strong to the lane. All of the Fond du Lac big guys are doing a nice job on taking it strong to the hoop.
Adams takes that 3 ball. Grims won't go off the glass, and the Cardinals on the push. Jekyll with it again. Reverses. Off the glass. Won't go this time. Tipped by Rose. No good. Almost got it. Saved by Raymond. Going out of bounds into the hands of Horton. Here they come across the timeline. Right side sidewalk. 3 ball from Shady. Good.
Shady now hit his last 2 shots from 3-point range and have gotten Oshkosh North back on top 24-23 with 6:12 remaining.
It's been a great basketball game thus far. Blocking foul here is going to go against Oshkosh North. Luke Shady, I believe, will check it. That's who it is. Give Luke number 2.
And Travis Diener will go to the line and shoot the bonus.
And as you mentioned, Cardinals in the bonus situation already with 6:10 to go in the half.
Right now, Fond du Lac's offense is doing a great job. Drew Diener is on the bench. Casey Jekyll, Andy Rose, Travis Diener, Dan Trum, everybody's stepping up while Drew is on the bench.
First is good from Travis. He'll get 1 more. Fond du Lac Mosaic Tile Company, ceramic and quarry, tile, slate, and marble. All installed by our professional craftsmen since 1948. Call 922-2910. A pair there from Travis. Now, Travis really feels comfortable. You can see in that starting guard spot. That's a nice, I like what he's done out there thus far. He really seems to have gotten into the flow early here. Has 7 points to go along with his overall effort.
And Travis has had a solid freshman year. He's going to be a great player for this Fond du Lac
You bet
organization.
he has. Travis does come out now. Up the follow down low. They're going to get Shrum, I believe. Yes. Shrum will pick up his first. But Travis, as I mentioned, out in for the Cardinals, Mark Simon. Simon, a 5'10 junior. Horton inbounds the ball. 3-pointer on the way from Adams. No. Tough rebound there from the Jekyll. Here comes Simon. Give it to Koenigs. Mike reverses it. Now come back near way. Back to Simon. 5:40 to go. Into the game also, Nick Sigger for Fond du Lac. Fond du Lac going deeper than normal early in this basketball game. Jekyll inside. Off the glass, got it. Nice move by Casey Jekyll.
Casey Jekyll has had a huge first half. He continues to take the ball strong. Good job on the boards. All around, good game so far for Casey Jekyll.
Casey's very agile and really can lean and duck under defenses so well. Casey with 4 points all here in the second quarter of play. Horton takes it inside, won't go. However, rebounded, shot put in there, or put up by Bauer, no good, and a foul.
Once again, Oshkosh North getting the position for the offensive board, getting more than 1 look at the hoop, which Fond du Lac has to do. They've got to box them out and make sure they get the rebound.
Shrum gets number 2 here, and as I mentioned, Dick Diener going to the bench deeper than his normal rotation is. And I think he has a sense for this game that there's going to be a lot of fouls in it. Both teams picking up numerous fouls. He's maybe trying to protect some of his key players for later in the game, and that's an outstanding strategy if that's his feeling. Coaches get a feeling for a given game. Yeah. And I think that might be what's cooking here.
Yeah, and you want your best players in at crunch time towards the end of the game, and you don't want them to get into foul trouble, and that's why Drew's been on the bench for most of this second quarter here.
First free throw from Horton, hard off the rim, no good. He'll get 1 more. Grant Horton. 1 out of 2 for Horton, and it's a 27-25 lead for the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Exactly 5 minutes to go in the first half of play from the Redbird Arena. Cardinals begin tournament play next Tuesday right here at home on the home court against perennial nemesis, jump ball, Sheboygan North.
Good defense that time by Benji Raymond, giving Andy Rose fits underneath, and Raymond reaching in and getting the jump ball.
The possession will stay with Fond du Lac. Give it inside to Jekyll. Back to Travis. Nice give and go. Back to Jekyll. Off the glass. Won't go, however. And a foul by Fond du Lac. And will go on Nick Singer on the reach. His first.
That time, Nick Singer grabbing the arm. Not really a smart foul for Nick Singer underneath, getting the over and back.
So still the last common foul that Fond du Lac can give away is from here on. Both teams will be in the bonus. Shady works it to the left side. Give it off there to Adams. Now back to the right. Once again, they're going to try to work the baseline. Posting up down low. Reverse shot taken there by Peckman. No good. Fond du Lac Singer with the board.
Good job by Singer on the offensive board. He's a role player that will just play his role on the team.
It's a nice move by Travis, but they follows prior to the shot. Say something else, with Travis starting, he looks more offensive-minded than he does when he comes in off the Pines.
Yeah, Travis, a lot of the times when he came off the Pines, he was looking to dish the ball up to Drew, to Jekyll, or to Rose. Right now, doing a good job looking to shoot. Travis Diener, one of their better three-point shooters, and look for him to put up the ball a lot in this game.
Glander picks up his first personal. Travis at the line will shoot a 1+1. First, no good. Benji Raymond with the board, 4:15 to go in the first half of play. Cardinals by a bucket. Between the rings, going to work it now to the near side. With it, there is Ben Raymond. Three-pointer on the way, and a foul is going to go against Andy Rose, and there are going to be 3 shots on this.
I thought that was a very late whistle that time by the referees. The ball was on its way down, and the whistle was finally blown.
For Rose, will be number 1. But to the free throw line will go Luke Shady. And are they going to give him 3? I believe they will. First is good. We'll get another couple. Tonight's game brought to you by Diener Painting and Decorating of Fond du Lac. As he rims the second one in. They've been painting and decorating fine establishments in the area for over 20 years. Yours could be Nick's, but only if you call 922-2629. That's Diener Painting and Decorating. Shady knocks down all 3, and it's back to a 1-point edge now for the Sheboygan North, or Sheboygan. That's next Tuesday. Oshkosh North Spartans. Look out, blocking foul on Oshkosh North. Count the bucket. And Bill Adams will pick up the first personal. It'll be his first.
Great job by Jekyll, taking it strong to the hoop again, getting the foul. What Oshkosh North has been doing a lot in this game, they've been getting the fouls, and Fond du Lac's putting the ball in. So Fond du Lac again has a chance for another 3-point conversion.
Jekyll's free throw is good. It completes the 3-point play. Jekyll with 7 here in the quarter. Failed to mention a bit ago, Drew Diener has back into the game now. Fond du Lac has gone to a zone defense. Haven't seen much of that here, but again, I think this is guarding against some foul problems. They moved Drew down on the baseline, looking to a 3-2 defense, or 3-2 zone defense with Jekyll and Drew down on the baseline.
Yeah, they don't want Drew to pick up that 3rd foul.
3 balls, good off the right side, coffin corner from Adams.
That time Adams sank the 3-pointer, nice shot. Back and forth, both teams. Nobody wants to get out and take control of this game.
Drew inside the Rose, in the garden, up. Rims won't go, halfway down, hoop wouldn't have it. Adams Horton at the 3-point arc, he slows it down, work it to the right side. Another 3 on the way there from Glander, no good. Well, both teams had one that rimmed him halfway down, came back out. Drew with it. At the arc, 3 ball, good!
Nice shot by Drew. Diener puts it in from 3-point range and puts Fond du Lac back up by 2.
And Raymond counters at the tray, no good. Casey Jekyll with the board. That field goal was Drew's first in the basketball game to go along with a pair of free throws.
Oshkosh North, the last 3 times down the court, has put up a 3-point ball.
This is a great basketball game thus far. Should have been a blocking foul. Now they're going to call it finally. Late whistle, but a good call. Blocking on Josh Frank. 2nd personal.
You're right. Great game tonight. Great atmosphere here. A lot of people screaming and yelling after every basket that's being made. It's really nice to see.
Travis,
such a big game.
Travis to the free throw line where he's 2 for 3. It was interesting, Frank Shady pointed out how this game, and rightfully so, was more important as the first is no good, we'll get one more. This game more important for Fond du Lac because they can clinch the conference sole championship. For them, they're back, 2 games back, it won't make a difference. A pair of them missed, but he's really wanting this game. He's glad it came at this point because it's a great tune-up. He said, I couldn't pick anybody better to tune up before tournament play.
Yeah, Fond du Lac, one of the premier teams in the state, and that's the kind of team you want to match up against right before tournament starts.
Well, Josh Frank with 2 more. He's got 10 here leading the way for Oshkosh North. Carrying there on Travis Diener. Turnover Fond du Lac with 2:15 to go. All knotted up at 33.
Third turnover in the game for Fond du Lac.
This has been a great basketball game. Into the game, Luke Shady back in along Bill Adams for the Spartans. Wow, we've had a pair of great games to cover here this week. Last night, an outstanding hockey game, very entertaining. This basketball game doesn't get any better than this. 2:05 to go. Horton across the timeline, between the legs, trying to spread the defense out. Fond du Lac's gone back and matched up once again. And Horton again bringing it high. He wants to spread it out and try to penetrate. Takes inside, off Kinnigs, goes.
Nice strong move again by Horton to the hoop and puts it in. Puts Oshkosh North back up by 2 at 35-33.
Fond du Lac might have to make an adjustment there and give a little help if they're going to spread it that wide. They want to give Horton one-on-one against Koenigs. Koenigs is a good defensive ball player, but Horton's might have a little bit more size on him and very quick. Personal foul on Benji Raymond. It will be his first.
And Fond du Lac will go to the line and shoot a double bonus now.
To the line will go Drew, where he is 2 for 2 thus far. A lot of free throws here early in this game, but can't complain about the officiating, though. I think they've done a very fine job.
Yeah, I agree.
Drew gets the first. We'll get one more. Tonight's action brought to you by Jetstream Car Wash, Fond du Lac's original car wash since 1962. The new oil loop center is now open. A free full-service car wash with every oil change. Just a $9 value at the Pioneer location. Jetstream Car Wash. A pair there from Drew. Drew's 4 for 4 in this basketball game, and Drew exits now with the game knotted up at 35. Probably a good move there by Coach Dick Diener with a minute and a half to go. He's going to set Drew down here, at least on the defensive side, and not allow him to pick up that third personal.
Yeah, because you don't want Drew in the second half to be in foul trouble. Good move by Dick Diener.
Benji Raymond again. The Spartans have really spread the court. They've got the diamond going right now, spread out wide. Benji Raymond yo-yoing the dribble at the timeline. Jaco inching up towards them. They want to create one-on-one situations. Raymond now still just keeping the ball himself. But it appears all they want to do is try to spread Fond du Lac's defense and create a one-on-one and try to take it to the glass. 45 seconds to go. Now they may be just looking for one last shot at this point. The game all knotted up at 35. They would feel good going into halftime on the Redbird Arena court, tied, or take the lead with a bucket. Horton now with it. Inside at 30, down to 26. Inside at 20 now, 17. Clock rolling. Horton's going to go to work at 10. Take it to the left side. Give it to Benji Raymond at 7. Trying to penetrate against Jacob. Pulls up from 16. Got it!
Big basket right there on the buzzer for Oshkosh North.
Well, that bucket by Raymond gives the Spartans a halftime lead here from the Redbird Arena. Your KFC score, Oshkosh North 37, Fond du Lac 35. Today's halftime brought to you by Baker String Cheese. With only 79 calories in each stick, it's the perfect snack food for the kids. The fun food that's so easy, just peel and eat. And it's healthy for you. High protein, 100% natural. Baker String Cheese, the official halftime snack food of the video sports team. Available at fine food stores everywhere. Baker String Cheese of St. Cloud. Halftime also brought to you by Lynn's Sales and Service. Stop in for a test drive and check out the Snowway snowplows. All at Jerry Lynn's Sales and Service. And KFC features home delivery. Take the hassle of mealtime with KFC. Halftime from the Redbird Arena. It's the Oshkosh North Spartans 37, the Fond du Lac Cardinals 35. We'll be right back with a recap of the first half right after this on your Cardinal Basketball Report. The game I've seen all year last night in Fond du Lac and St. Mary Springs. This may be the most exciting and best basketball game I've seen all year at the high school level.
Yeah, packed house here tonight. A lot of people, as you said, tournament atmosphere here. Two good teams. Oshkosh North has always played Fond du Lac tough, as we talked about earlier in the pregame. And Fond du Lac has a mission tonight. They want to come out and win the conference championship outright. So a packed house, electric atmosphere here at the Redbird Arena.
Fond du Lac Cardinals have spread their wealth around very nicely. Have got about 4 players with 7 or more points in this basketball game. The key for them, though, I think, is they've done an outstanding job on Benji Raymond. Have held Raymond to about 4 points this basketball game. And I would have thought if that was the case, he'd be in great shape because he's been a thorn in the side of Fond du Lac. But Josh Frank, the big guy in the middle, has come in. He didn't even start this basketball game, but he's come in with 10 points and has done a good job, especially off the glass Spartans.
Yeah, Fond du Lac's doing a good job on concentrating on Benji Raymond defensively, but they also got to find some other people, as you mentioned, other guys stepping up for Oshkosh North, and that's what has to happen when your star gets taken out of the game. If other guys on the team can step up, perfect example for Fond du Lac. Drew Diener's been on the bench for a while in this basketball game, and guys like Casey Jekyll and Andy Rose have stepped up big for Fond du Lac.
Well, if this game continues in the second half like the first half was, you're not going to want to leave. We'll give you the stats and give you a break and then hit that soda real quick and get back because it's going to be an outstanding second half of play. Nick, let's take a look at those stats.
Alrighty. First for the Fond du Lac Cardinals, 12 of 21 from the field for 57%, 9 of 12 from the charity stripe for 75%, 11 rebounds, and 3 turnovers. For Oshkosh North, 15 of 32 from the field for 47%, 4 of 6 from the charity stripe for 67%, 9 rebounds, and 1 turnover. Turnovers really for both teams. Both teams doing a good job of taking care of the basketball.
Maybe, Nick, that's one of the reasons why we say it's such a great basketball game, because they're doing everything right. They're shooting well, playing good team defense whenever possible, and, of course, taking care of the basketball. Both teams, a combined 4 turnovers, outstanding. Scoring leaders, Rose leading the way with 9. Drew, Casey Jaco, and Travis Diener all with 7 apiece. North led by Shady with 11 points and Frank with 10. Our stats brought to you by Lens Sales and Service. Stop in for a test drive and check out the Snowway snowplows at Jerry Lens Sales and Service. Got time to catch our breath for that second half. Get that soda right now. We'll be right back with the second half tip-off right after this on your Cardinal Basketball Report. Coming from our guys down the truck, good job, as we're just underway here to start the second half of play. Fond du Lac trailing it by a bucket. Benji Raymond with the basketball for Oshkosh North.
And this is going to be a very intense second half for both teams.
The fans already, you can see, starting to get into it a little bit, up on their feet once again. A lean-in shot there from Adams falls for North.
North goes up by 4 right away here in the beginning of the second half.
Just underway here in the second half of play. As you mentioned, it's now 39-35. Travis Diener off the far side. Give it to Jaco. Between the rings. Going to work it back to the right. Now Travis working his way. Drew off the three-pointers. Hits the front of the rim. Comes out long. Horton with the rebound. Grant brings it now to the near side court. Luke Shady. Shady's going to penetrate. Now pulls up. Cut off nicely there by Travis Diener. Kick it high to Josh Frank. Now left side corner. Ball banged out of bounds. Last touch by Drew Diener.
Good defense for Fond du Lac, staying with Oshkosh North. Hopefully they can get a turnover right now and capitalize and get a basket and cut this lead down to 2.
And the Spartans inbound the basketball, working to the near side. Benji Raymond with it. Raymond throws it away. Travis Diener with it. He's got a clear lane to the basket. Loses the handle, but regains it and knocks it home off the glass.
Good defensive play by Travis Diener, taking it coast to coast for the easy lay-in for Fond du Lac.
I think Travis was anticipating more pressure there defensively than he found and lost the handle momentarily, but got it back. Shot there from Benji Raymond, just kisses the front of the rim, and Fond du Lac with the board, cheating on the break to Jaco. Casey pulls up from 8, off the glass short, gets his own rebound, follows it, got it, Casey Jaco!
Good job by Jaco, staying with the offensive board, grabbing it, putting it back up.
And Frank Shady wants timeout as Fond du Lac comes out and is abandoned, and has come back to knot it up at 39 all with 6:14 to go. Timeout in the court. We'll keep it right here, and I want to spend a moment, Nick, and first of all, congratulate Drew Diener on his accomplishment this past week. This is only going to be a 20, so we have to get this out quickly here. So maybe we'll pick this up at next time out, this being just a 20, but certainly becoming this career score leader here for Fond du Lac Goodrich has been a heck of an accomplishment for him. Just outstanding, and our congratulations go out to him.
Yeah, Drew has spent, as we mentioned in a couple of broadcasts, not Fond du Lac games, but the Springs game. Drew has been with this team, helping out this team since he was knee-high, traveling with them, and well-deserved for Drew Diener. And
as you said, well-deserved, because I know for a fact nobody works harder than Drew Diener on basketball.
I agree, 100%.
Good things come to those who work hard for it. I think I read that someplace. Cardinals coming back. Drew pulls up, front of the rim, no, fouls his own. Gets it up, throws it at the glass. Got it! What a shot! Roll out the highlight film!
Wow, what a shot for Drew Diener. As you mentioned, roll out the highlight film. That one's going on ESPN.
Wow, what an effort. Drew fouls his own shot, gets it to go, and at the other end, a shot and a foul. Count the basket. And we got to check the foul. It might be on Drew. No, it's going to go against Travis Diener.
Drew just threw up a prayer. There, he's
go
going to
back.
look at it again.
Watch him foul this. Just throw it off the glass and get it to go.
Talk about working hard.
And free throw was no good from Shady after he had gotten the bucket, of course, all knot up at 41. Wow, what a play by Drew Diener. Jaco off the baseline, long on the rim. Horton with the board. Here they come, cheating on the break. It's Shady. Pulls up at the three-point arc. Horton at between the rings. Work it left, Benji Raymond. Now, lob pass inside. As Modulina back into the ball game. Keep in mind he got 2 early fouls and has very little playing time in the first half of play. Shady shot, good. It's a tray.
Nice three-point basket by Shady. He's been really good from the outside the arc in this basketball game. That's been the thorn in Fond du Lac side, is that three-point shooting by Shady.
3 of them, as a matter of fact. Speaking of threes, Travis's shot, no good. Look out, cheating at the break. They get it down to Adams. Off the glass, got it.
Little Sherry picking that time for Oshkosh North, and that's going to force Fond du Lac to call the timeout.
Well, let's check if it's going to be a full or a 20. I think it's going to be a 20, apparently. It's a 20. We'll keep it right here again. I'll take this time to remind you of action coming your way on Saturday afternoon. We'll have high school hockey. Fond du Lac Cardinals, with their win over St. Mary Springs last night, takes on Milwaukee University School. That will be a 1 p.m. face-off over at Beaver Dam. We'll have it at 5 o'clock. That's the sectional championship. Right, winner of this game will go on to the state tournament and play at 11 o'clock next Thursday. We'll stay right in Beaver Dam on Saturday and just go across town as the North Fond du Lac Gals and Marquezan Hornets are going to square off. That the game is regional championship in Beaver Dam.
You thought the first game in Marquezan, the first 2 games were big games. Wait until the game tomorrow night between North Fond du Lac and Marquezan.
Yeah, that's got to make this be another whale of a basketball game. Off the ball here, a foul on Horton. His first. Yeah, that should be a Jim Danny. Interesting, both those games in Beaver Dam and not involving Beaver Dam teams, neither one of them.
Yep.
Well, that's what happens in tournament play, and they play a lot of neutral courts. That's all fine and dandy. May the best team win.
And they moved the North Fond du Lac game. Most people know that about now. It was supposed to be played in Marquezan, but they moved it to Beaver Dam because of the bigger gymnasium.
Right. Kudos to all involved in that. The WIA, the people from Marquezan, and North Fond du Lac. Drew Diener, rims won't go. Tipped once, though, and a jump ball. Possession arrow will check. We'll stay with Fond du Lac.
I disagree with that call. I think that should have been over the back that time. Looked like Benji Raymond was over the back of Casey Jaco, and Jaco talking with the officials a little bit on that play.
Okay, so I'm going to disagree with you because I thought that possession, he came over the back when the ball came down, but the initial possession was high above by both players, and that's where you have to gather, you have to make your call at that point before the ball is brought down to the court. We'll go back, and maybe we'll go back and look, we won't. after the play. Nonetheless, back to live action again.
We haven't had our disagreements much this year.
Yeah, well, we're getting into it now. It's,
Tournament
you
time.
just got to hang around Dave a little more. You'll start disagreeing all the time. Ball off the baseline, no good from Jekyll. He was a veteran at that. You're still a rookie. Shady with the three. Good again. Shady's fourth three of the game.
Shady's been on fire from outside. Right now, Oshkosh North up by 8. Fond du Lac has to start getting their offense in gear.
Yep, Fond du Lac trailing it by 8, the most they've trailed this basketball game. Drew leans in, blocking foul. Got to go against North. Drew definitely created the contact there, but he knew he had Ben Raymond off balance. Raymond picks up his second.
Drew going in off balance, he'll get to go to the line now and shoot two big free throws for Fond du Lac. Fond du Lac, as I mentioned, they got to get their offense in gear. Oshkosh North turning it up a little bit and jumping out to the biggest lead of the game at 8 points.
See, official talking to both coaches there. I think what he's doing is he's warning both coaches of a delay a game. That's just my guess at this point. Because coaches will take any opportunity they have to talk to their players. And in this situation, Coach Dick Diener got his team over there and took that opportunity quickly to try to get some words of advice to him. And the officials, in their mind, my assumption is, thought it was slowing down the game. And if that's what exactly did happen, they did the right thing. Drew hits the first. We'll get one more. For North, Grant Horton checks back in, as leaving now will be Ryan Glander. And some moisture on the court, and look at this again. Dick Diener using this time, there's nothing wrong with that, to have a couple players come over and get some, take a mini timeout here.
Yep, and Mike Koenigs and Travis Diener over there right now talking, and that's what you got to do when you got free throws. Get those guys in the backcourt, get everybody on the right page.
Absolutely. Drew's second is also good. Drew, a perfect 6 for 6 from the line in this basketball game. Fond du Lac now trails it by 6. 49-33 is your KFC score. Shady spreading the offense again. Here goes North doing the same thing they did in the second quarter. Looking back door, ball free of the court, but picked up by Oshkosh North. They save it to Raymond. Benji with it. Reversing it. Rose all over him. They're going to get a blocking foul on Andy Rose. For Andy, it will be number 2.
Rose bumping and banging a little bit too much with Ben Raymond, and he gets called for the foul.
And no reason for Fond du Lac to start panicking at this point. There's an eternity in this basketball game. Trailing it by 6. Diener and Shady get tangled up a little bit, but no call. Shady working hard, and Drew's got to spend a lot of energy defensively on him. North again spreading the court. Raymond with it high. Now back to Josh Frank. Center pulls out way at the three-point line. To Shady. Finally, let's look out. Working the back door. It's Adams off the glass. Got it.
Good move by Oshkosh North, and once again, on the offensive side, Oshkosh North beats Fond du Lac.
You know, give Frank Shady, head coach, some credit. This, he's got Fond du Lac stunned here a little bit with this spread offense. Frank Shady is a heck of a coach. He's always been a thorn in the sides of the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Diener pulls up. Travis, good!
Nice shot by Travis Diener. That big basket for Travis pulls Fond du Lac within 6.
51-46 with 1:50 to go. Penetration, look out, back door again, wide open, Josh Frank. Fond du Lac's got to get some help right there. The defense, they're shredding us right now.
That's the second time in as many trips down the court that Oshkosh North did it. They're doing a good job. Fond du Lac might want to take a timeout right now and solve that defensive problem.
Travis Diener picks up a loose ball right into the basket, able to knock it in, and back to a 6-point lead.
Give Fond du Lac's offense a lot of credit for staying with them. Oshkosh North getting the looks underneath, and Fond du Lac's offense coming and responding down at that side of the court.
And Oshkosh North goes back to the spread offense. Penetrating, looking back door. They got him down low. Shot no good there from Adams, but a foul. It's going the other way on Adams on the retaliation after the missed shot.
That time, Fond du Lac's defense adjusted a little bit, 3-on-3 underneath. What Oshkosh North is trying to do is they're trying to outmatch Fond du Lac underneath. If Oshkosh North has 3 guys before.
Second foul on Adams.
And they try to beat Fond du Lac in, it seems more like a 3-on-3 game than a 5-on-5 game. 2 guys staying out.
Well, that's what they're doing. They're trying to really spread it and create that type of a scenario. It's good analogy. So, Diener brings across the timeline. Now left side. Sharinki, who's in the game. Travis pulls up, nails it from the free throw line.
Travis Diener starting to feel it on the offensive side here in the second half. And if he gets hot, maybe he can hit a couple 3-pointers to tie this game up.
Well, Travis with 8 points in a quarter, 15 overall in the game. Ball bank free, hits the backcourt, and a foul. It's going to go on Oshkosh North.
Good hustle by Casey Jekyll. Foul called. Good call by the referees.
Adams picks up the foul. It'll be his 3rd, and he will come out. Back into the game will come Andy Bauer. Also checking in, Maggiolini. .43 seconds left. Travis with it. Takes it inside, pulls up again. Rims won't go. Just off the front of the rim. 30 seconds to go. You can bet right here Frank Shady's going to want 1 shot. His team leads it by 4. High, Horton with it now. Blocked down inside of 20. Just across the timeline. Backs up near Stewart. Give it to Benji Raymond. Raymond at 6'5", but very quick and a great ball handler. Pulls up from 12. Got it.
Big shot by Raymond. He hit a big shot at the end of the half. And right here hits a big shot at the end of the 3rd quarter.
And we've come to the end of 3 here from the Redbird Arena. Your KFC score. The Oshkosh North Spartans 55. Fond du Lac Cardinals 49. Nick and Albie
for 40%, 5 rebounds, and no turnovers. Fond du Lac doing a good job on taking care of the basketball. Oshkosh North, 8 of 11 from the field, 73%, doing a good job shooting, 5 rebounds and 2 turnovers.
Well, about ready for the 4th quarter to get underway here. Fond du Lac's got their work cut out with Oshkosh North. That's nothing new. These teams have had some classic battles over the years.
And you know, every year these 2 teams, no matter if they meet up in Oshkosh or they meet down here in Fond du Lac, it's always going to be a good game and they'll draw good crowds.
Yes, they do. Adams with it. And a blocking foul on Fond du Lac's Mike Koenigs. His 2nd.
And I think these 2 programs have a lot of respect for each other.
Well, they certainly should, because they've got probably what I consider probably the 2 finest coaches in the Valley right here.
Shady has a lot of respect for Dick Diener, and likewise, Dick Diener has a lot of respect for Frank Shady and his Oshkosh North Ball Club.
Ball taken away by Travis, a pickpocket job. Here comes Diener. Ball tipped from behind, and the Spartans take it right back. Shooting on the break was Adams, but nobody saw him down court.
Fond du Lac getting a chance at time to capitalize on a turnover, but couldn't do it.
Horton with it. Looking back door, right through the hands of Adams, but he runs it down before it goes OB. Get it inside, posting up Mahalini. Now kick it out high. Benji Raymond traveled, got away with it. Takes it back to Horton. Reset the offense now to Shady. Shady with it between the rings. Skip past the near side, that's Horton. Grant Horton works the dribble. Back to the top of the key. Give it off there to Bill Adams. Back to Luke Shady. Inside, they got post up down low. Offensive foul.
Good job by Travis Diener taking the charge and the offensive foul. Good call by the referee.
Mahalini has about 7 inches over Travis Diener. That could have been a little bit of both. It was a good call, but Travis may have gotten an Academy Award on that also. But he did. The only thing he could do was try to get the charge. That was a bad matchup right there for Fond du Lac on the mismatch. So the Cardinals back to work offensively. Travis with it. To Andy Rose. Now it's Koenigs. Jekyll and True round out the 5 of the court. Rose inside from 6, front of the rim. No. Jekyll with a top board off the glass. Good!
Great job by Casey Jekyll. crashing the boards and putting in the lay-in.
Where did he come from? Didn't look to be in the play at all. Jaco, huge play. And a foul is going to go against Fond du Lac. Andy Rose with the personal. Andy's third.
Big basket by Jaco pulls Fond du Lac within 4 with 6:17 here in the game.
That was huge. I don't know where he came from.
Came from nowhere and actually stole the ball right out of one of the Oshkosh North defenders' hands and put it in.
And he went up aggressively as Mark Simon back in for Fond du Lac. Travis Diener will leave and get a well-deserved rest. Off the inbound, Shady with it. Trying to post Mahaliti down low. Can't get him a basketball as Jaco's got him underneath. Now he pops out high, gets it at the free throw line. Puts it on the court. Doubled up right there by Simon. Gets it back finally to Shady. Their side is Horton. Blocking foul underneath. It's going to be offensive on Bill Adams.
Big foul. Oshkosh North fans not happy with that one, but a push-off foul underneath.
Fourth on Adams, number 4.
A thing that I think is going to be key in the rest of this game. We haven't heard Drew Diener's name a lot in this game. It's going to be key for Drew to maybe find his shooting touch here in the fourth quarter and sink a couple three-pointers or a couple two-pointers. Drew, a guy that Oshkosh North has done a good job of taking him out of the game so far.
Drew with 9 points all the first half. Jaco off the glass!
Strong move again by Casey Jaco. He's having an outstanding basketball game.
And we're back to a 2-point game. The Cardinals taken away. It's Jaco behind the back. Got a man. Oh, he stripped. Had a man on each side, but couldn't get him the basketball. Mahaliti with it, and he is fouled by Drew Diener. Not a good foul by Drew. For him, it's number 3. That was not a good foul there for Drew to take.
And Casey Jaco that time wanting to take the ball coast to coast. Maybe should have dumped it off to a guard.
Timeout in the court, taken by Frank Shady. And once again, I'll keep it here for a moment. Shady takes, this will be a full. And wanted to continue the thought on Drew Diener. As we go back and take a look at Jaco, nice reverse dribble there behind the back, but good defense out of part of the Spartans. Drew Diener, outstanding record-breaking effort up at Oshkosh West. Some discussion of whether or not he should have broken the record up there. Personally, I would have liked to seen it happen right here at the Redbird Arena at his home court in front of many people. I think the Fond du Lac Cardinals could have allowed that to happen. I'm personally a little surprised that with Fond du Lac winning that game by about 42 points with 3 minutes to go, he's still in the ballgame.
Yeah, I agree. It would have been nice to see Drew get it here, but I also agree with what happened. Drew, a team player, wants him to get it over with, so it's out of his mind. Such a big game tonight against Oshkosh North. I don't think he wanted the distraction of the breaking the record, and he wanted to get it over with and get on with his basketball game.
I don't know if a player of his caliber, if that's a distraction or not. I would have loved to see that happen here for the fans that watch him, and they had more opportunity to see him break that all-time record right here at the Redbird Arena. And plus, I really question, having him in the game at that point. But I'm not the coach, and that's all I'll say about it. Fond du Lac Cardinals trail it by 2. It's been a heck of a basketball game. Down low, they try to break it to Horton. Kicked away by Rose.
Good defense by Fond du Lac. 5th turnover the second half. Oshkosh North only had 1 turnover in all the first half.
Cardinals looking for the tie. A foul out front will go on Oshkosh North. Should be Andy Bauer, and it'll be a 1+1 here now.
And bonus shots, as you said, coming up for Fond du Lac. That's going to be key the rest of the way out. Fond du Lac right now gets a chance to tie the game up with no time running off the clock.
Bauer with his 3rd personal. Casey Jaco to the line. Shoot at 1+1. Free throws could be key down the stretch for either team. Fond du Lac has 1 more free one to give. Jaco's first, no good. Hold down there by the Spartans, and here they come. Horton across the timeline. They have not attempted many shots, none here in the fourth quarter yet, with 4.5 minutes to go. No attempts from the field for Oshkosh North.
Fond du Lac's defense has done a good job on taking the ball away, limiting Oshkosh North's looks at the hoop.
Off the baseline shot, no good. From Adams, and the Cardinals back with it. Again, another chance to tie or take the lead with a trade. Travis Deaner, I should say, works it now to Drew, left side. Pumps one, now off the baseline. Air ball from Drew. Out of bounds, back to North.
Good hustle by Andy Rose. I think he got pushed a little bit there. Out of bounds, no call was made on the play, and Oshkosh North gets it back.
Yeah, I think North might have got away with him right there. But nonetheless, again, I think it's been a pretty well-officiated basketball game. Orton with it. Work it left side, Benji Raymond, left free throw line extended. Now back to the top, at the key. Working down low, give and go to Adams, foul on Andy Rose. For Andy, that's number 4. And wouldn't be surprised to see him come out for just a breather here with 3:49 to go. Give him a minute to gather himself a little bit, come back fresh for the final run. But
it doesn't look like Dick's going to do that right now, and I think this is a crucial part in the basketball game. Fond du Lac only down by 2. He might now with the timeout, but a crucial part, he might keep Andy Rose.
Timeout on the court. 3:49 to go. It's Oshkosh North 55, Fond du Lac 53. Pretty much a jam-packed house here tonight. You can maybe get another 50 or 70 people in here, but a good house. North brings a lot of people. Fond du Lac's got a good showing, and it's got the atmosphere of tournament play, and it's only 3:49 away from tournament play, so let's start it early.
Yeah, and you know, thinking about this game, Oshkosh North has given Fond du Lac a good run, and has stayed with Fond du Lac this whole game. It's going to come right down to the end, and that's a good test for Fond du Lac going into tournament play. They need a test like this going into that tournament play because it's always tough against some Sheboygan teams.
Adams hits a pair. But keep in mind, this is key. Fond du Lac needs this basketball game. They're only one game ahead of Neenah, and Neenah tonight is playing host to Kaukauna, and you would certainly expect the Neenah Rockets to win that one. Offensive foul. Wipe away the basket.
Travis called with the offensive foul. I really quite didn't see if Oshkosh North's defender got his feet planted in position. I didn't catch it.
No, I didn't either. I'll be honest with you. I didn't have a good angle on it, so I can't comment on that one way or the other. But nonetheless, it'll stand a 4-point lead for Oshkosh North.
And Fond du Lac's defense has got to stand up tough here, get a turnover.
Adams shot on the way in front of the rim, just trickles the front, but run down by Benji Raymond, who steps in out of bounds. Hey, great call by the official.
Good alertness by the official. Saw Benji Raymond step on the end zone line, and Fond du Lac gets it back. Fond du Lac has to capitalize with only 3:15 left. They've got to score this time down court.
Well, that's 3:15, Nick. It's an eternity in a basketball game yet, but you really want to stay right where you are. Shot no good from Travis. And here comes the Spartans again. You just don't want to go down anymore. Wide open look from Shady. No good. And an over the back foul on Raymond. Good position there by Mike Koenig.
And a big foul. Benji Raymond getting the foul. Fond du Lac, that's Benji's third. Fond du Lac gets to go to the line without this clock moving and get to shoot the bonus. They got to hit both these free throw shots. Fond du Lac's done a halfway decent job tonight from the charity stripe.
As we said, free throws could be key here down the stretch, and right now in the quarter, Fond du Lac 0 for 1, but Koenig wants to change that right now. Has yet to score in the basketball game. Knocks down the first. We'll get one more.
Big free throw for Mike Koenig. The first one's always the tough one. See if this one can go now, the second.
Second one is also good.
See Fond du Lac's defense right now. Got to stand up tough to Oshkosh North here.
And a reach-in foul on Koenig. For Mike, that will be his third. And Mike getting a quick explanation from Dick Diener. 57-55, your KFC score. Raymond to the line. First is no good. Oh, wide open underneath. Frank had a chance. 2 Fond du Lac players fell down. Drew with a long three. Back of the rim, no good. Might have forced that one a little bit. That was about 8 feet behind the line.
Drew was eyeing up that shot from the start of getting the ball. He wanted to sink a big three-pointer and put Fond du Lac back in the lead.
Well, 2.5 to go. Fond du Lac down by only a possession, by 2 points. A lot of time left. Ball inside to Adams. Now it's the Frank. Look out, backdoor, cheating wide open on a given goal, Horton.
Only the first field goal of the fourth quarter for Oshkosh North.
Fond du Lac trails it by 4. Look at backdoor. Got it, Drew. Nice pass, Jekyll.
Nice job by Casey Jekyll. Saw Drew wide open underneath the hoop. Drew did a good job on putting the ball in. Fond du Lac down by only 2.
Look out, Horton downside. Blocked by Rose.
Big block by Andy Rose. He stuck that one right back in his face.
Well, that's a huge play, and probably a poor decision by Horton right there. He had a 2-on-1 and a potential 3-on-1 bust out and didn't utilize it.
Yep.
Well, right now, we're going to get a timeout in the court. We'll step aside with 1:53 to go, your KFC score. Okay, we'll keep it right here, but I will tell you, KFC score, North 59, Fond du Lac 57. We'll remind you, tonight's game brought to you by Banowski Welding Corporation. For custom fabrication of structural or ornamental steel, it's Banowski. Plus, see them for your fire protection needs, both industrial or residential. Visit Banowski at 200 North Main. And Mon Pa's Grocery Express on the corner of 12th and Main has got the gas pumps installed. Now you can stop, grab a movie, get some chicken after the game, and of course, fill up your tank, all at Mon Pa's Grocery Express. Well, Nick, this has been a whale of a basketball game. Quickly, I'll remind you once again, on Saturday afternoon, high school hockey, for the right to go to the state tournament. Fond du Lac Cardinals will play University School Wildcats. We'll have that one for you at 5 o'clock. Later on Saturday night, we'll have North 70 Marquezan Gals basketball. Won't want to miss either of those games. Some huge and very exciting contests at Eversport, Nick, this time of the year.
Yep, tournament time, March Madness starting about a week early. Actually, this weekend, March coming up. It's going to be a big March for a lot of teams in this area.
It's been feeling like March for about 6 months.
I know. I can stay this way, too.
Well, back to work here. 1:47 to go. And a foul on Koenigs. For Mike, that's going to be his fourth. Now you got to keep in mind, Koenigs and Rose each playing with 4 apiece.
And the thing with Benji Raymond has not been a good free throw shooter all season long. So that's a guy, I think that's what Fond du Lac is doing right now. They realize Benji isn't a good free throw shooter. They're fouling him when he gets the shot and putting him to the line.
Grimm's halfway down, won't go. And a jump ball. Possession, Fond du Lac. Well, Raymond had that one almost hit the nets and come back out.
Yeah, all but down for Benji Raymond, and I think that's Fond du Lac's game plan right now, is when Benji gets the ball, they're going to foul him and send him to the line and see if he can put the shots in, because he's not a very good free throw shooter.
Well, he's 2 for 2, or 0 for 2, I should say, thus far, but I don't think you're at a point of the game, Nick, where you have to take fouls. Only trailing it by 2 with a minute and a half. That's an eternity. In basketball terms, that's a long time. Backdoor Rose, bump bang, no call. Got tripped up, probably could have been a whistle.
Yeah, but that was a foul big time for Oshkosh North.
Inside, Travis Dieter takes it away. 1:30 to go. Fond du Lac just needs a bucket to tie it up. A 3 takes the lead. Travis with it. Give it to Jacob. Koenigs. Now Drew with it. Drew wants to get involved in the offense. Travis with a long 3 in front of the rim. Fond du Lac's throwing up a couple of threes here that have been 5-6 feet behind the arc.
Drew threw one up earlier, and that time Travis Diener did. Fond du Lac missed their last 2 shots from the field.
Well, inside of a minute to go, everybody in the Redbird Arena on their feet. And obviously we will too. Foul here on Fond du Lac, going to go against Casey Jekyll. For Casey, he's okay, that's only his first.
52 seconds left here in the game.
Won't be able to do anything about it, guys, now. It's really packed around here. To the free throw line goes Frank.
Right now, Fond du Lac has to box out. They haven't the last couple times down.
Misses another.
Good rebound for Fond du Lac.
Oh, okay, it's a double bonus. He'll get one more. Well, thus far in the quarter, the Spartans are 2 for 5. Second, again misses. Jacob with the board. Well, Fond du Lac's About third or fourth chance to get back to even, showing it by 2. Koenig's with it. 40 seconds to go. Inside. Give it back to Rose. Leaner in. Got it! Andy Rose from the Garden.
Big basket for Andy Rose. 30 seconds left. Oshkosh North will probably look for one shot here and maybe send this game into overtime.
Well, we're all knotted up at 59, and you're right. They're going to look for one, undoubtedly, with 20 seconds to go.
The crowd on their feet. This is where Fond du Lac's defense has to step up. This is where they show that they're conference champions.
Well, if that's the appeal, they're going to take a timeout. Let's run it down to 10. And now a 5-second close to guarded call.
What a call!
Holy cow! Do you believe it?
Big turnover for Oshkosh North. Fond du Lac gets the ball back, 7 seconds left, and have a chance to win this game on the buzzer.
Grant Horton got called for the 5-second closely guarded. Frank Shady talking to the official, and I'll tell you, Nick, he's got a legitimate argument here. Because I'm not saying it was probably a 5-second closely guarded. The call was right, but the official did not signal it with his hands as you're taught to. He's got to count it with his hands, and I didn't see the official doing that. And that's all Frank Shady was asking. How can you call it if you're not going to signal it?
Yep, and a good call, but you're right. You're exactly right. And Frank Shady did a smart job. He didn't go and start screaming and yelling at the referees to get the technical. He talked it over with them a little bit and just made him aware of it. And he doesn't want to lose this game at the free throw line with technical shots.
Okay, let's go back and see if we can take a look at this. Let's see if this guy's going. Okay, right now we're counting the seconds. He's got no indication. Okay, they got to come back and reload here first. 1.
Yes, he did.
No, he's got it going. I stand corrected. He's got it counting all the way. I apologize, Mr. Official. You were absolutely correct. He had it going. I didn't see it. I just didn't notice it. Okay, more importantly, 7 seconds to go.
The ball will be in Drew Diener's hands.
Here's Travis.
The last shot.
Across the timeline to 5. Forces one up at the 2. Tipped once. We're going to OT. We're going to OT. So at the end of regulation here for the Redbird Arena, your KFC score. Fond du Lac Cardinals 59. The Oshkosh North Spartans 59. We'll be right back after a pause.
Wow.
Well, this is the only way it should be, I think.
Yeah.
This game has been just that kind of a basketball game. It's been very exciting. Only justified that it would go overtime.
And neither team deserves to lose this basketball game. Both teams have really stood up to the test tonight.
Okay, Fond du Lac Cardinals control the tap. As Travis Diener with it across the timeline. Work it to the near side. Fond du Lac has not led this basketball game for a long time. Ball taken away. Here comes Shady. Going to uncontested, laid in.
And Oshkosh North only getting 4 attempts from the field in the 4th quarter. And that time right away puts some points on the board here in OT.
61-59. Oshkosh North. 3:30 to go in OT. Jekyll with it on the right side. Looking inside, can't find anybody. Drew out now lob pass. Not a good one. Rose runs it down, though. Somehow Eddie Rose got a hold of it. Got a piece of it, partially blocked, and Horton away with the loose ball. 3:10 to go in OT. Oshkosh North leads it by 2. Horton almost travels. Ball thrown out of bounds. They're going to say touched by Travis Diener. He says no. But it will go back to Oshkosh North. 3:02 left in OT here from the Redbird Arena. It's been a classic matchup between these two teams.
Good matchup. What a way to end the season for both teams, the regular season.
Fond du Lac, look out, backdoor. Horton lays it hard off the glass, no good. Horton had a clear look. And now they're going to say on the line, Mike Koenig as he ran it down back to Oshkosh North.
That time, Oshkosh North, a wide open layup. That's what hurt Fond du Lac here early in the game, but that time Grant Horton missed it.
Yeah, he really did. He had a clear lane to the basket. Look out, ball free in the court, picked up by Drew.
Good hustle by
Casey.
Fond du Lac.
Yep, they take it away, another chance to tie. Look out, G got a break. Ball free on the court, knocked by Raymond, it hits the backboard and picked up by the Spartans. Oshkosh with a chance to go up by 4. Look out, Travis with a pushing foul. For Travis, he'll be number 3. And North in the double bonus.
That's going to be big for North right now. 2 shots, but North really in this basketball game has struggled from the free throw line.
Well, as of recent anyway, in the fourth quarter they hit their first 2 from the line, but have missed their last 4. To the line will go Horton. Let's check his, he thus far is 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. Rims it, hit 1 more. So they've missed 5 in a row from the free throw line.
And the crowd here at the Redbird Arena getting nice amount. Grant Horton, it's got to be tough at the free throw line.
Danny Schrum in for Andy Rose. Cardinals right here might be thinking a little bit offense, defense.
Schrum a good rebounder and gets up there tough.
Well, he hits the second one, does Horton. Fond du Lac now trails it by 3. Still a 1-possession game. With the tray ball, Cardinals can draw to even. Schrum. Koenigs with it, near side. Penetrates, now left side. Drew from about 8, got it!
Big shot by Drew Diener. Drew's been really quiet in this game. Oshkosh North doing a good job on taking him out of the game. He could step up big here in OT.
Cardinals back to within 1. 2 minutes and 5 seconds to go in OT. Inside, post up, put in. There by Modulin.
Modulin doing a good job.
Modulini, I'm sorry.
Modulini doing a good job on Andy Rose, taking it strong and shooting right over the top of him.
First points to basketball game for him. Cardinals back, trail it by 3 now, 1:45 to go in OT. Travis with it. Work it left, now back to the middle. Give it cross court, inside, look out, they throw it away. Koenigs thought Drew was going to break to the corner when he went under towards the basket, out of bounds. And Drew, let's see who's going to come out. So Cardinals are going to take a timeout right now. That's what's going to happen. First of all, timeout on the court. 1:36 left in OT. Cardinals trail it by 3.
There's no job too large or small for Spies Painting and Decorating. So whether your needs are residential, commercial, or industrial, the crew from Spies can handle it. Call Spies at 921-7107, Spies Painting and Decorating.
Welcome back to the Redbird Arena. High school basketball at its best. Fond du Lac Cardinals wanting to clinch sole possession of first place tonight with a win. They've got 1:36 to pick up 3 points. In order to accomplish that, there's some of the Cardinal faithful in the crowd there.
Looking around the crowd, some alumni back tonight. Corey Higgins, Brad Bester I see out there, Jeff Simon, excuse me, and seen Eric Grams earlier.
Well, they came back to see a fine basketball game. So Fond du Lac's going to have to turn up the defense now with 1:36 to go, trail it by 3. Look for North to probably try to sit on the basketball as much as they possibly can. Don't expect them to go to the hoop unless they have a layup. A foul on the near side, blocking foul on Fond du Lac. I think it's going to be on Travis, and that would be his 4th. And it is. So Fond du Lac now with 1, okay, Travis and Rose in the ball game, both with 4 fouls. But that cannot really become a factor right now. You got to go out and play it hard. Spartans back to the charity stripe for 2. First is on the way, and good from Horton. They'll get 1 more. That has made it a 2-possession game now for the Spartans. Second, also good.
2 big free throws for Oshkosh North. Grant Horton.
Oh, Cardinals back to work. Now need 2 chances at it. Shot there from Travis, no good. Drew on the court, gives it to Schrum. From 15, get it!
Big shot by Schrum. Good job by Drew getting on the floor. All of Fond du Lac's offense on the floor, scrambling for the loose ball.
Yeah, great job by Drew Diener, picking up that loose ball in the court. 1:04 left, a reaching foul on Schrum, and again, got to go along with you right there. It certainly appeared that he wanted to get Raymond as soon as he touched the basketball.
Yep, Raymond not a good free throw shooter, and they want to make him miss a couple of free throws and possibly tie this game up.
Schrum with his third. To the free throw line. Benji Raymond's got a pair. 1:02 left. First, going to be short. Air ball. He's feeling it right now. He has no stroke in the charity stripe. He doesn't even want to be there.
Yep, and the crowd is really loud in his ear. Benji Raymond, not a normally good free throw shooter, and in a clutch situation like this, it hurts.
Second on the way, he gets that one. I'll give that man some credit. Well, it's back to a 5-point lead now. Check that, 4-point lead, 67. Inside Schrum, no good. Rose with it off the glass, foul.
Good job by Andy Rose grabbing the offensive board. He gets to go to the line now and shoot two, 51 seconds left. Fond du Lac at the line to shoot two, and the clock not running, so that helps Fond du Lac out a lot.
And Raymond picks up his fourth. Well, fouls, pretty soon players start dropping. A lot of people in this basketball game with 4 fouls.
Two great big free throws for Andy Rose with 51 seconds left in the game.
67-63. You need a couple. You need at least one to make it a one-possession game, but you want them both. Rose at the line. Andy's first. Rims, no good. Boy, you need this one badly.
Yeah, this is one that's going to be a big free throw for Andy Rose.
Andy second. Rims and falls. Well, down to a one-possession game. 46 seconds to go. Horton with it, and a foul on Travis Diener. We're going to call him on the hand check. That's going to be 5.
And Travis will come out of the game, fouls out. As you mentioned, a lot of people in foul trouble, and they're starting to drop for Fond du Lac.
Travis falls out. So Dick will get the allotted time here. Coach Diener will use it to take a mini timeout with 39 seconds to go. Now, Fond du Lac may have had their best chance to win this basketball game at the end of regulation. They got that closely guarded call with 7 seconds to go, giving the Cardinals a chance to win at the buzzer, but just didn't get it to go.
Fond du Lac, Oshkosh North has led a lot in this basketball game, so give them a lot of credit.
To the free throw line will go Horton. He's been pretty good there recently. He'll shoot pair. He's hit his last 3 in a row. Gets it.
That's a 2-possession game. Big free throw. Another one puts him up by 5. Fond du Lac needing a big basket back on offense.
Horton will get one more. Got a pair. And it's 69-64, 5-point game. Fond du Lac's gonna need a pair of buckets here. One's gotta be a 3. Off the left side, Drew. Fouled. And that's gonna go on Adams, and that should be 5 for him. So Adams is all done.
And they'll get 3 shots, so this is a big foul for Oshkosh North. Drew, one of their better free throw shooters.
Some discussion over at the bench now. We're standing, I can't see what it would be about. Dick Diener there, I know, wants this to be a 3-shot foul.
Single 3.
Well, everybody in on the discussion. Time has elapsed. Coach Shady's got to get his player into the basketball game. Dick Diener, you see right there, getting last minute encouragement to his players. And Drew will go to the line.
Big free throws for Drew Diener.
And we'll check it here. Drew will get 3. You're right, Nick. And you need each and every one of them. First, good.
And Drew, as I mentioned, Probably their best free throw shooter.
Well, now's the time. Second, likewise good. Drew's just stroking it right now. Need one more. Got it.
Good job by Drew Diener at the free throw line for Fond du Lac.
Three free throws and a foul in the backcourt of Casey Jekyll. For Jekyll, that will be a second. And back to the free throw line. Maggiolini will come to the near end and shoot a pair. Thus far, he has not been there tonight. All right, a ton of free throws here in the overtime for both teams. Maggiolini, first trip to the line tonight, will shoot 2. 29 seconds to go. Fond du Lac trails it by 2. High arcing ball, short.
That was a free throw that really hurt for Oshkosh North. Now it can only, if he makes this one, it's only a one-possession game, a three-point game.
Oh, Maggiolini likes to throw some arc at it. Second one, on the way. Oh, good. Missed a pair.
Good job by Jekyll, boxing out and getting the rebound. 24 seconds left.
Fond du Lac with a chance right now to tie it up. Schrum with it. Give it to Drew. Inside the arc, pulls up. Back of the rim, no good. Drew traveling. Tip once, no. Schrum underneath. No. Out of bounds. They're going to give timeout. Wow, what an outstanding job by Oshkosh North.
Fond du Lac had 2 or 3 looks at the hoop, could not put it in. That one really hurts. 9 seconds left.
I didn't catch which player it was, Nick, but in midair, saved it from going out of bounds, called for that timeout, got it. That is just an outstanding effort, a heads-up play by that young man from Oshkosh North.
Yeah, I didn't catch who it was either for Oshkosh North, but a good play. And Fond du Lac wasted a golden opportunity. Dan Schrum underneath, grabbed the offensive board, couldn't put it in.
Tonight's game brought to you by Jackson Call Insurance of Fond du Lac, who's joined forces to create one great agency under the same roof on the corner of Sheboygan and Mara. It's Bob Jackson, Bob Call. Because they work for themselves, they work harder for you. Give them a call at 923-4020. And Diener Painting and Decorating of Fond du Lac. They've been painting and decorating fine establishments in the area for over 20 years. Yours could be next, but only if you call 922-2629. That's Diener Painting and Decorating of Fond du Lac. Well, 9 seconds to go. Fond du Lac's going to have to get a quick foul here. You'd love to get the steal, but you're going to probably have to take the foul. They get it into Horton. You got to foul it right away. They do.
Only 1 second goes off the clock.
But Horton, not the guy you'd like to put there, but if that foul was on Koenigs, it is, and he's gone. 5 on Mike Koenigs.
If he makes both of them, that's a 2-possession game. That probably would give Oshkosh North the win. If he only makes one of them, it still gives Fond du Lac a chance, down by 3.
Horton, 5 for 6 here in the fourth quarter in overtime. 6 for 8 overall in the basketball game. They need at least 1 miss, does Fond du Lac. That's what they're hoping right now, is that Horton gets 1 out of 2, and they come back and get a trade to send this thing into double OT. We've seen a lot of fine individual efforts throughout this game.
Every player for both teams have done an excellent job. This has been an excellent basketball game. As I mentioned, at the end of regulation, neither team deserves to lose this one.
Want to make mention, this when the boys get in tournament play, the sectional this year back at Golf Sports Center, where it's been absent for about the last 6-7 years, and glad to see it back there. That's where it belongs.
Yeah, nice big stadium on the campus of UW Oshkosh. A nice place to have it.
Okay, Horton to shoot a pair. Need him to miss 1. First, back of the rim. Cardinals have life. They know they have life. Okay, Oshkosh makes a substitution here, bringing in Andy Bauer. Well, make or miss, Fond du Lac has got a chance to at least tie it up. Horton second, good.
Fond du Lac needs a 3-pointer right now, and it'll be in the hands of Drew Diener.
Well, Drew's got it, clock rolling down to 6. A 3 on the way, rims won't go. Tip, control, and we come to the end. Oshkosh North upsets the Fond du Lac Cardinals on the home court.
big win for Oshkosh North. Fond du Lac played a tough game. Congratulations to Fond du Lac, though they still tie for the conference championship.
Well, right below us, walking out to the locker room now as the players leave, led by Dick Diener, and you can see Dick and assistant coach Marty Craig. They've worked hard in this basketball game. Both of those guys just totally exhausted as they leave the court, as are the players and coaches from both teams. And that's kind of the way it should be, I guess, in high school basketball. Fond du Lac loses a basketball game, but really, well, still, at the very least, depending upon what happens on the road up at Neenah tonight, at the very least, we'll share the conference championship.
Oshkosh North, as we mentioned, been a thorn in the side of Fond du Lac, and they've always played Fond du Lac tough, and this year sweep the season series against the Fond du Lac Cardinals. You got to give Oshkosh North a lot of credit. This is just like winning the state tournament for them.
Well, I'm sure they got better ideas down the line here, but I'd have to go back, Nick, in their books, and I'll bet you it goes back a long ways. The last time that any given team has swept the Fond du Lac Cardinals this year. I don't think it's happened for a long, long time. Oshkosh North has done it tonight. Once again, your final score, your KSC score in overtime, Oshkosh North Spartans 70, the Fond du Lac Cardinals 67. Nick and I will be back to wrap it up right after this on your Cardinal Basketball Report. The Oshkosh North Spartans 70, your Fond du Lac Cardinals 67. And Nick, it's one of those games where you like to say nobody should have lost. It was a great basketball game for both teams. They both played extremely well, extremely hard. It was a great chess match between Frank Shady and Dick Diener. Just an outstanding basketball game. From the word go in this game, it was a good, exciting game, back and forth. A lot of talent on this court for both teams. Unfortunately, Fond du Lac does lose tonight, and probably now is going to have to share that conference championship with Neenah. Yeah,
Neenah has a game up in Kaukauna for the tonight, and they should take care of business up there. Fond du Lac and Oshkosh North both came in tonight's game and played a great game. Both teams, like you said, nobody deserved to lose this game, but unfortunately, someone had to lose, and tonight it was Fond du Lac. Fond du Lac played a tough game. They had a chance. Their best chance was probably at the end of regulation. Oshkosh North got the 5-second call, and Fond du Lac could not convert with about 7 seconds left. But they played a good game tonight. They got to start looking towards the playoffs and give Oshkosh North a lot of credit. They came into tonight's game, and they took care of business just like they did up in Oshkosh earlier this season.
Interesting conference, isn't it, this year? The Fox Valley Association has always been noted as a very strong basketball conference, and once again, I believe it is, but Oshkosh North with 4 losses on the year, but yet they knock off Fond du Lac twice. You know, who'd have thunk that? You know, that just doesn't make any sense when you look at the Fox Valley Association. But Fond du Lac has really gotten to the point where maybe it becomes a little bit psychological with Oshkosh North, and certainly you hope it's not the case because you've got to overcome that. And Fond du Lac a much more talented team than that should be a problem with, because they're going to have to overcome that in a hurry, because they have the same type of scenario when they kick in the tournament play on Tuesday night when they have Sheboygan North. They have kind of been their other nemesis off the Fox River Valley Conference.
Yeah, I think you're right. It gets in your head a little bit, and it might be in their head a little bit right now. And Fond du Lac has to start thinking about Sheboygan North. They come into the Redbird Arena here on Tuesday night, and that's another team, just like Oshkosh North, that seems to always have Fond du Lac's number. And both those Sheboygan teams, actually, which Fond du Lac has to play in the first round, and if they get by Sheboygan North in the second round, Sheboygan South, they always seem to have Fond du Lac's number. And Fond du Lac, the last couple of years, have been knocked out of the tournament because of the Sheboygan teams. So they got to start concentrating on the playoffs right now. They did get the conference championship, probably a share. So, you know, Fond du Lac has nothing to hang their heads about tonight. They played a tough game, and congratulations goes out to Fond du Lac for that conference championship.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. Congratulations. It was a great year for the Fond du Lac Cardinals in FVA action. Will, at the very least, and who knows what happens in this screwy conference this year. If somehow Neenah gets knocked off tonight, Fond du Lac would still have it by themselves, but that wouldn't be my guess. But just a great basketball game. And my guess right now is that down in that locker room, Dick Diener and Marty Craig and the coaching staff is going to have to work cut out for them to get Fond du Lac over this game, because it's a tough one, because they have to share that conference championship, which they really wanted outright. but you don't have much time. You got to put that behind you and get into a very tough tournament game, which comes up Tuesday night. Game we'll have for you, by the way, on Tuesday evening. Nick, let's take a look at tonight's final stats.
All right. First for the Fond du Lac Cardinals, 24 of 54 from the field for 44%, 17 of 22 from the charity stripe for 77%, 22 rebounds, and 8 turnovers. For the Oshkosh North Spartans, they were 26 of 50 from the field for 52%, 13 of 24 from the charity stripe for 54%, 19 rebounds, and 8 turnovers for Oshkosh North.
Well, taking a look at the scoring leaders tonight's basketball game, a lot of balance for both teams. A lot of people getting into the scoring column tonight. Fond du Lac is led by Drew Diener with 18 points. And again, congratulations to Drew last week, however. You can't take that one away from him. The all-time leading scorer at Fond du Lac Goodrich High. Travis Diener with 15 points. Casey Janko 13. Andy Rose with 12. The Oshkosh North Spartans led by Shady with 21. Horton, Adams with 13 apiece. And Frank with 12, leading away for the Oshkosh North Spartans. And our stats, as always, brought to you by Jerry Lynn Sales and Service of Fond du Lac. Also, want to pass along, and thank you, Nick, for reminding me of that. I had it written down and forgot it. JVs won tonight, 67-46, and that clinches the JV Conference Championship for them. Congratulations to the Fond du Lac Cardinal JVs under Coach Bob Lloyd. Outstanding year for them. I think they, let me just double check it here. I've got it right in front of me. 2 losses, I believe. 1 loss. Finished 17-1 on the year. JVs. So Fond du Lac has got more talent coming up, and that's great to see. And congratulations again to the JVs and head coach Bob Lloyd. So once again, your final score, your final KFC score tonight is Oshkosh North 70, Fond du Lac 67 in overtime. And once again, with that picture there, that kind of says it all. We all miss our fellow compadre of video sports, Mr. Ralph Pop, who passed away this week. He manned that very given camera for many a game, literally hundreds of games for us, and not there. It's a tough sight to see, because he normally would be standing right behind it. Our condolences again to the family of Ralph Pop. They, as well as us and all the Fond du Lac community who knew you, big guy, we'll all miss you. Well, I'll remind you of action coming your way. Later on Saturday, we got a pair of games. High school hockey, the Fond du Lac Cardinals will travel over to Beaver Dam to face University School. That game played at Beaver Dam's ice rink. It's a 1 p.m. face-off if you want to get over there and see it. We'll have it for you at 5 o'clock on Saturday. Right, the winner of that will go to the state tournament. Then we'll stick right around at Beaver Dam. Oddly enough, it works out that the North Fond du Lac Lady Orioles will be playing host to the Marquezan Hornets. Well, I guess they won't be playing host because it's at a neutral court, but that game likewise at Beaver Dam High School, a neutral site, a 7 o'clock tip-off. Those teams have each won 1 game in the conference schedule this year. This will be the rubber match, but more importantly, the winner of this game will win the regional championship and move on to the sectionals. That should be at the end of a game, 10 o'clock on Saturday night. Well, my thanks go out to our video sports crew. Yes, in memory of our friend, Big Ralph Pop. On camera tonight, Matt Bastian at topside. And the end zone, Nancy Pfeiffer. Our technical director tonight has been Bob Riley. Nice to have Bob back with us again tonight. Dave Preston with all electronic graphics. Jeff Gerner at Marcus Cable is our chief technician. Nick Van Acker on all the stats and statistics. For Nick, Dave, and the rest of the Video Sports crew, I'm Mike Pfeiffer, wishing each and every one of you a very good evening, reminding you that this has been a Video Sports presentation.